Hey there.
Hi there.
You're probably wondering what this is about. We figured since we lost so hard on this last one, that we would do some post-draft analysis. We understood going through the draft that we had messed up, and we're here to explain how and why.
Yep.
So let's just start right in.
Alright.
So we have our first pick here. First pick, first mistake.
Yeah. Not a card to take. No.
Yeah.
I don't. There was better choice. There was a way better choice.
There was a way better choice, and I'm looking at it right now.
We're looking at you, Flurry of Horns.
Flurry of Horns is definitely first pickable.
It's beastly.
I mean, we took the Eidolon of the Great Revel because it was a rare that we'd never seen, and that's okay. Like,
Sure.
we could have gone off on this deck. We might explain why as we're going through this first pack. We're not going to do the whole draft. We're going to go through the first pack.
Little bits.
Maybe just the first 8 picks.
Well, we weren't going to go through the green, so why don't we just talk about that now? This card we think would be better suited in a
red-green?
Yeah, ramping into bigger green creatures so that we're not hitting our own stuff with that.
If we'd taken this, then we should have drafted around it instead of trying to do the willy-nilly thing that we did.
Yeah, like take it to the market festival we see later on and some of the bigger creatures and so on.
But really, what we should have done is first pick Flurry of Horns because it's just excellent.
Yeah.
And we knew that at the time, too. Other first pickable cards here are Pinned to the Earth, maybe Pharika's Chosen.
Yep.
But I don't know what this is under here.
It's a card. It's a random. No.
Yeah, no. Nyx Weaver also not really first pickable as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, it's not something I would run personally.
Anyway, let's and we even looked at the Flurry of Horns.
Yeah, I was thinking about Flurry of Horns.
Let's fast forward a little bit to Pack 2.
Through the magic of television. Well, interwebs.
So Pack 2 here, there's also some good choices, but if we had taken the Flurry of Horns, the Blade Tusk Boar and the Magma Spray were our best options.
They would have been really strong, viable choices.
The Blade Tusk Boar is just great.
Yeah.
The Magma Spray kills the Blade Tusk Boar.
Myself, if it had been me, I would have probably chosen the Blade Tusk Boar. Good creature.
And I, by myself, probably would have taken the Magma Spray because it'll kill Forgeborn Oreads, it'll kill...
And it just goes to show the difference in the way we play. I am a very aggressive, get in for as much damage fast as I can.
And I like to kill stuff.
You like to, exactly. so it's and I don't think either choice is wrong. I think there's valid points on either side of the board.
Yeah.
But either choice would have made for a really solid 2 choices.
And probably taking the Blade Tusk Boar is right because the Magma Spray is more likely to wheel. I'm not saying it will, but it's more likely to.
And we should mention that we do see there are some really good black cards in this choice. Brain Maggot's great.
Thought Render Lamia would be fine.
It's expensive, but it's fine.
Now, if we had gone the Eidolon route, which we did, the Thought Render Lamia would probably be good because then we could, ramp into it.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
But anyway, let's continue on.
Alrighty.
So far, if this had gone right, we have a Flurry of Horns and a Blade Tusk Boar.
Yes.
And Pack 3, we see... Stop that.
There
we see... Stuff. I mean, Starfall would be fine, but Rouse the Mob would also be an okay.
Yeah, okay.
There's that Market Festival that we should have taken with this deck, but in the deck we should have drafted. Mm-hmm. I think moving into white here is the right choice.
I don't see a problem with it.
It's an evasive creature.
Again,
with vigilance.
We could have worked on building a red-black deck with a Grim Guardian there and a Cruel Feeding.
Yep.
But, I support the Eagle of the Watch.
Yeah. So that would have already been a much stronger deck.
Yep. On to pick, what is this, pick 4?
Pick 4. Pick 4.
Back up. Back up, Hugo.
Pack 4. What did we...
Pin to the Earth is the strongest.
Yeah.
Arguably, this one of the stronger cards in the group, and we were saying we definitely, even drawing, picking the 2 red and then the white to pull a blue.
To pull a blue, to speculate into blue, it's great removal in blue.
It's a good card. It's a really good card, yeah.
Speculation there is not a bad idea. I mean, there's good white stuff.
If we'd been going black, red, there's an aspect of Gorgon, which is okay. There's a spiteful blow.
You could even make a case for mortal obstinacy with the boar, but
yeah,
I don't remember what we do take here.
I don't remember what.
I think it's the armament of Nyx.
Probably.
No, apparently we took the spiteful blow, which is interesting.
Yeah.
So here, plenty of good options for the deck we should have built. The Sigilled Skink, the Oresco Swiftclaw, even the Flame Speaker's Will would be fine.
Still lots more strong black in here as well.
We're seeing that black is open, too, it looks like, maybe. So Nyx Infusion would be a good pick to hedge into black, because it's easy to cast, and it's fine removal.
Or a helpful addition.
Yep. So, since black looks so open here, probably take the Nyx Infusion. See what happens.
Yeah. We're still fairly early in pack 1.
Yeah. Going on to the next pack. Black looks less open.
Yeah.
Red looks like it may be open. White looks like it may be open. Blue isn't necessarily, because those are all not really great blue cards. I mean, blue-red would be a fine thing to move into if we already had a Pin to the Earth.
And that's a pretty fun card.
Yeah.
It can be pretty brutal.
Or we could just take the Line Breaker.
Yeah, that's what we had been, when we were looking back, that the Line Breaker, if we had taken the Eagle in the second or third pack, then taking the Line Breaker sets us up for a pretty okay Boros kind of look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, maybe that wheels and we just take it because whatever.
Yeah. What do we take?
What do we take? Let's find out.
We took the bird, didn't we?
Yep, we took the bird.
Okay.
Alright, that's fine. Here now, these are both fine red cards.
Yep.
The Skink would fit great into a red-white deck. My suggestion here, if we'd already taken a Nyx Infusion, would be to speculate on the Coinsmith.
That way we're thinking of sitting black, red, white. Yes? That's kind of the idea. And it's a strong combination. It could be pretty nice. We're seeing a lot of aspect of Gorgons going around.
But there are lots of options here that would be better than what we actually drafted.
Yep. Well, we took the Whitesmith, but not in any right way of doing things.
It's true. Just get there. Here, it doesn't look like anything's open necessarily, but if we were in white, black, red, then either of these would be fine.
Yeah.
We could take another Pin to the Earth because we don't want to see it, and if we happen to move into blue, then it would be good to have 2 already.
Oh, for sure.
But it would probably be a choice between those 2.
Yeah.
And do we want to go any further here?
I think we kind of get the idea
that we went completely off the rails in our draft.
Yeah.
I mean, actually, so far, it looks like we've got the colors right.
Yeah,
but
just not necessarily the choices.
Not the choices.
Yeah.
So we're going to show you a mock-up of what the first 8 picks could have looked like. So this is the first 8 picks as we would have drafted after looking back over it. And this seems like an okay deck to me.
The beginnings of a solid deck.
The beginnings of a deck. We could either be in red, white, black, or we could move into blue if we wanted to.
And out of black, yeah.
And out of black. So, was there something else you wanted to mention?
Yeah, I went back and rewatched the videos, and the play was, for the most part, not bad given the deck that we had.
Made a couple of misplays.
Yeah, there were a couple of there were a couple of F2ing through things that we wanted to do, and stuff like that, and not seeing things as clearly, which is much easier to do on a screen than it is with paper in your hand, I'm finding. Mm-hmm. But something that I did that I think really bears commenting on, because this is something we are trying to learn ourselves from another podcast that we listen to, is about basing our decisions on things that have happened before. What does Marshall call it? Results-oriented thinking.
Don't be Roddy.
Don't do it. I did it. What I did was in the I believe it was the second, one of the games in the second round, we had got a 5 land hand as our starting pull, and we decided to keep it because we thought, well, 5 lands, we're going to be able to cast anything we draw, but we got flooded, and it was our downfall. Mm-hmm. So then in round 3, I believe it was round 3, it might have been the next game, doesn't really matter at this point, we drew a very similar circumstance in which we had 5 land, and the other 2 cards were not bad. And I was very against keeping that hand because I was like, no, we know what happened last time we did that. The last time we kept that hand, we got flooded.
And while not keeping that hand may have been the right thing to do, that was not the right reason to do it. No. Mulliganing should be based on
what you see at the time.
And what you know is in the deck.
Yeah. We very well could have run into the same problem. And if it had been 5 land and 2 giant creatures, then of course that's the right move. But I didn't even think about that. I just instinctively went, no, we tried that route, it didn't work for us, let's not do that again.
And by the same token, if you see 5 land and 2 giant creatures in your hand and say, I'll keep it, and then draw 1 drop, 2 drop, 3 drop, that does not prove that that is a hand you should have kept.
No, not at all. You have to take it on a case-by-case basis.
Maybe you get lucky, maybe you don't.
Yeah.
I don't want to base my winning or losing on the chances that I'm going to get lucky.
No, exactly. So I just thought that really bears commenting on, because I know I'm not the only one in the world who does it, and I'm aware. And I'm aware of it. I'm cognizant of this behavior, and I still find myself doing it. So it really is something that we have to work on learning not to do in Magic and in anything. So I just thought that was something that should be brought up before it was pointed out to me.
Cool.
Yeah.
So, is that it?
Yeah, I think that's it. We're going to crawl away from this draft now and take what we've learned from it and hope it doesn't happen like this again, but it will.
But at least we hope it was entertaining for you.
Yeah.
And if you want to see more stuff like this, please comment and let us know.
The follow-ups? Yeah, yep. I would love to go back and do reviews of different things.
Yep.
Because I think it helps us learn more, because we do it anyway.
Yeah.
We watch all these videos probably 3 or 4 times before we ever post them to you and discuss what happened. Mm-hmm. If you'd like to hear some of that, let us know, because that's what we're trying to bring to the YouTube verse, is not just showing you, hey, look what we drafted, this is really cool, but going, hey, see these mistakes that we made? These are really silly. Or, hey, we think we did well. What did we do wrong?
Because we tried to learn here.
Yeah.
And you can learn along with us.
Yeah, that sounds like a great thing.
So,
thanks for watching.
Thanks.